Hello and welcome to another installment of your favorite music podcast.
What an intro.
Thank you so much. Here we are back again. I'm Brian, joined by my co-host Jake.
What's going
Welcome
on?
to The Q Music
hello.
Reviews. How's it going, Jake?
Dude, it's going great now.
What do you mean by
I'm
now?
excited to record this episode.
Oh, okay. It sounds like
it was a work day. Now we're here. We're chilling. It's Friday.
It was. At the time of recording, it is a Friday.
And it's Friday.
Yeah, we don't want to confuse anybody. You know,
So
a lot of people driving to work be like, "What? I thought it was Tuesday."
We're living for the weekend. Folks.
Everybody's working all of
Okay, that was last episode.
What?
Leave the 80s in the last episode.
No, the
Brian.
80s are now, man. The 80s are now.
You know what is now, though? Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez.
And you might be thinking, whoa, where did he pull that one out from? Well, Selena Gomez recently just released a new album. And, and Benny Blanco.
Oh, yeah, and Benny Blanco.
I forgot him. Selena Gomez and her significant other, Benny Blanco.
Fiancé, Mazel Tov to Benny Blanco and Selena and Barnes.
Yes, Lahan. They released a new collaboration album on March 21st, 2025. I Said I Love You First. No, I did.
No, I did.
No, I did.
No, Selena did.
Well, that's what she's saying here. And Brian and I have some thoughts, and we'd just like to chat about what a force to be reckoned with Selena Gomez is.
Yeah, so, I mean, of course, Selena Gomez is huge in the world of pop music.
Huge.
But she's also in, she's an actress. She's in the hit series on, I think it's Hulu at the moment, of Only Murderers in the Building. I believe they won a couple awards.
Have you seen any of those?
No.
Really?
Have you?
I actually have.
Oh, my parents will like it a lot, too.
Actually, you know what?
Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Only Murders in the Building is absolutely a show that I would peg to hear. Like, oh, I watched that show. I'd hear back, oh, my parents love that show. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because of Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Right.
It's very
like,
parent core comedy.
Totally. They're both such hams.
Yeah.
They live it up, and I enjoy watching them. I think I stopped probably halfway through the second season. I have no idea how many are out now, but my wife and I watched for a little bit and enjoyed it. Like, we were like, oh, wow, Selena Gomez isn't doing a terrible job of acting. You know what I mean?
Did you expect her to do a terrible job acting?
It's not that I expected
First of all, how
it.
dare you?
Okay. It's not that I expected it. It's just that after not... I feel like I hadn't seen her in anything. You know, she did like the animated stuff. Like, we were looking, she did Hotel Transylvania and like all these.
Is the IMDb still up? If you exit off, here's a little Chrome hack for you. Hit Control-Shift-T.
Control-Shift-T.
And your X'd off tabs come back.
Whoa.
Lifesaver. Well, do it again. Or you could just pull it back up again.
I got it.
But yeah, Lifesaver for you folks. This is a music podcast, but now it's a tech podcast. If you accidentally X off a tab on Google Chrome, you can just hit Control Shift, or if you're on a Mac, Command Shift, and then the letter T as many times as you want. That brings up the closed tabs.
Thanks, Brian.
The more you know.
Thanks, Brian. So I'm not seeing too many like other animated things. I'm seeing Hotel Transylvania like 1 through 4.
Peak Cinema.
Obviously, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Mm-hmm, more on that.
Apparently, an Arthur animated movies, which is interesting.
Like the Aardvark Arthur?
I guess.
Well, she did get her start on Barney. Did you watch Barney as a kid?
You know, I actually don't know the answer to that.
How do you not know? It's either you watched it or you didn't. I feel like I'm interrogating you. Or you don't know where you were that night? How do you not remember where you were? You don't remember if you watched Barney?
I plead the fifth.
This guy's guilty.
I swear, because I was a huge Blue's Clues fan. We've been over it. We've been through this. We regularly have pissing matches to see who is the more Blue's Clues fan, and you win every time. You win every time.
What a way to describe a conversation about a beloved children's television show.
We have gotten so quickly from Selena Gomez to Blue's Clues.
I met Steve.
And Brian wanting to be Steve.
I met him, and it was the best day of my life.
Yeah. So, but, Selena Gomez is also on some Pantene commercials.
Oh, my God. That's where I know her from.
Yeah. A rainy day in New York.
Whatever that is.
And a couple of other things, but we're mainly, and of course, only at Murders in the Building. But we're here to say that she's a crown jewel, in my opinion. I think that she is a very talented artist. She has a lovely voice, and I'll save it for later. But I was hoping for more of that this time around.
Yeah, well, one of the, I think, as you said, crown jewels of her works outside of music is, of course, classic early 2000s Disney Channel show.
Oh, yeah.
Wizards of Waverly Place, set in New York City.
Now, what's
your favorite part about that show, Jake, from back in the childhood days?
I've never seen it.
Boo.
I know.
Boo.
I was more of a Big Time Rush guy myself.
The Big Time Rush was post Wizards of Waverly Place, I believe.
I was more of an iCarly guy.
Yeah, Jake was more of he was a Nickelodeon brand loyal kind of guy.
Yeah, like I would not buy anything on Cartoon Network if it was a store.
Right.
And I would not buy anything from like the Disney store.
Yeah, and you were always telling me how much of a big fan of Dan Schneider you are and how much you love him.
Okay. No, wrong, no. Don't act like you don't know every word to every Drake and Josh episode out there.
I know.
How many Drake and Josh references we've done on this podcast alone through 9 episodes is probably above me. So, Brian, what are you about to do to me?
Okay, well, it's a good spot that you're in that you've never seen an episode.
It is.
But, so I want to see if you can distinguish between a Selena lyric or a Wizards of Waverly Place line spoken by Selena, a.k.a. Alex Russo.
I'm up for the challenge.
All right. So here's how this game works, folks, if you'd like to play along at home. I'm going to read a quote. Jake has to tell me, hey, is that from Wizards of Waverly Place or from a song? Bonus points if you can tell me what song it's from, if you do think it is a lyric of Selena's.
Okay.
And you can't Google the lyric.
Okay.
So don't even try.
I won't.
Okay. So let's start off with a softball. Okay. You broke my wand and my heart.
I'm gonna go with Wizards of Waverly Place.
Wow, that is correct. That is in the magical breakup episode.
Did I get you right there?
Yeah, you got me. All right. Let's see. The next one we have here is, I needed to lose you to love me. Is that a lyric or a line?
That is a lyric.
That is correct. What song is that from? I'm not gonna let you look it up. Cheater. Everyone, he's cheating. He's on his computer and he's scrolling.
I'm looking through her albums and her song.
Some would call that cheating. Okay, so if I'm on Jeopardy, right,
okay.
and somebody asks me,
all right.
Somebody asks me a question, I just pull out an encyclopedia. I'll be like, no, I'm just looking.
Ken Jennings, leave me alone. Is it just called "Lose You to Love Me"?
Yes.
Bonus point. These metaphorical points, you're not even keeping score. I have 3 points.
No, I'm taking away that point because you cheated. You're a dirty cheater.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a dirty cheater. Okay.
Stump me.
Okay. All right. The next lyric or line. Here we go. You can't just zap your problems away. Lyric or line.
I feel like I'm being tricked. I'm going to go with Line.
That is correct.
Yay!
Line from Wizards of Waverly Place.
Killed it.
Okay, next one up. Here we go. I don't care what people... let me say it again. I don't care what people say. We're better off this way. Lyric or line?
You know, that's not as telling as you might think it is.
Okay.
The way it rhymes makes me think it's a lyric.
Okay.
But also, that feels like something a wizard would say.
It's so funny because you've never seen the show. Like,
I have no idea.
It's not like there were Harry Potters walking around, which I don't think you've seen that either. Have you seen Harry Potter?
Lyric. Lyric.
Answer the question.
Lyric.
Yes, that is a... no, wait. What was this one? Oh, yeah, no.
Zapier.
No. That was the last one. I don't care what people say. We're better off this way. That is a lyric. From what song? You have 5 seconds.
Look at her now.
No, it's from Love You Like a Love Song. I love you like a love song, baby.
Yeah.
Murdered that.
Great song.
Okay.
I'm still killing it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. All right. The next lyric or line. Here we go. There's no room in war for feelings. Lyric or line?
There's no room.
There's no room in war for feelings.
Okay. I have a problem with that line.
You have 5 seconds to...
Why? Wait, hold on. Let me.
Well, we don't got all day
All
here
right.
for you to ponder.
All right. Line.
Line is correct.
Yeah.
There's no room in war for feelings.
That's what happens when you put me under pressure.
Yeah,
Put me
that's
on a
right.
Time crunch. I
That's
just
right.
Pull through.
Okay.
Come back, kid.
Next one up. You got me scattered in pieces, shining like stars and screaming like Mars. Why is it so funny?
Help! Help! I'm Mars! Help!
What? You've never seen the show. You don't even know what you're talking about. Well, you imagining David Henry just on Mars screaming for help?
I think it's a lyric.
Yeah. A year without rain. I'm not even going to give you an option for that one.
Wait, was I right?
Yes. Why was that so funny?
What does screaming like Mars mean?
Wait, what do you mean screaming like Mars? That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
Wait, I lost it.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's what it says. Shining like stars and screaming like Mars.
What does that mean?
I asked
screaming like Mars.
Ask Selena.
What
I don't
is
know.
Mars screaming?
Ask
bro?
Selena. Maybe Mars, the goddess or the god from Greek mythology. Maybe they're screaming a lot. I don't know.
I don't know her.
Okay, 2 more. Here we go. I could be a werewolf if I wanted to. I just don't want to.
I will go with line.
that is correct. That'd be a strange song if it was about werewolves.
Screaming like Mars. I can't.
All right. Okay, here we go. The next one we got is, it's like I'm stuck in rewind, but I'm moving forward. Is that a lyric or a line? From Wizards of Waverly Place.
You know, that one's not all that obvious either. But I'll go with lyric.
That is correct.
Ooh.
From Back to You. All right. And the last one, let's see if I can stump you. You got all of them, I believe. The last one here. I'm just trying to graduate without turning anyone into a frog. Is that a lyric or a line?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Is that a lyric or a line?
I think it's a line.
Yeah, that is correct. From Wizards of Waverly. Obviously.
Boo.
Boo. I mean, no. The theme song is classic. Whenever
That's the only part I knew.
Yeah, but like, that's your homework. You need to watch some Wizards of Waverly Place. I think they rebooted it on Disney Plus now. I believe.
Well, what about the original? Where can I watch that?
I think that's also on Disney Plus.
Right. Shout out Disney Plus.
But I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to enjoy it.
Yeah, probably not.
Because we're adults.
Yeah.
So
it'd probably kind of be weird a little bit, but
yeah, it probably kind of would be like, oh, hey, what are you watching? Oh, yeah, Wizards of Waverly Place as an adult man. Yeah, no.
You know who I forgot about?
Benny Blanco?
Benny Blanco. Why don't we talk about Benny Blanco for a second?
Sure. What about him?
So this guy's been everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't even know he existed until like a couple of months ago.
So me neither, kind of, or me too, I guess, if you want to say.
Me too.
But he's here to stay, and we have to go back and look. Like, he's worked with 303, Katy Perry, Britney Spears, Ciara, Jordan Sparks, Mike Posner, Kesha, Flo Rida, Justin Bieber. Like,
shall I go
and
on?
I literally, and that's just from 2008 to 2010. This guy has been everywhere. Diamonds by Rihanna, Unapologetic by Rihanna.
Wow.
Basically a writer and a co-producer on Unorthodox Jukebox by Bruno Mars. Classic from our childhood, right?
Wow. Good for you, Benny.
Iconopop, Jessie J, Leah Michele. That's crazy. Iggy Azalea, Ed Sheeran. Don't. Jessie Ware. And back in the day, before she was like blowing up.
Wow. That's quite the resume for Benjamin here, but like, I had no idea. I guess
Charlie XCX
co-produce, or more of like behind the scenes stuff. Obviously, when you're listening to music, doesn't really.
Yeah, even worked on with Kids See Ghosts and Kanye before he was like super awful. Yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, well, FKA Twigs. He's been around the block, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Clearly.
Whoa! Additional vocals on That Feels Good by Jessie Ware. I didn't know that. So he probably was in. He was probably in the beginning of that song. That feels good. That was probably him.
Yeah, probably.
So, if you're looking at this on paper, right, you would think that this is going to be like a star-studded album, right? Like two really, really creative and awesome forces.
And they're in love.
So
that's a good motivator.
But
so the wind-up of your lips to say "but" was crazy.
But
yeah,
I think there is an issue. The songs suck.
Yeah, maybe they were a little too distracted in the studio because they are so in love. They just couldn't stop giving goo-goo eyes to each other. Because the end product here, Benjamin and Selena and Barn, like I'd say it was mid. Like some okay. Overall,
tell me how you really feel.
Before we go into track by track,
don't hold back.
Before we go track by track, the good songs on this album were mid. And the bad songs were bad.
Totally.
So, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's just kind of disappointing because of, the resume that Benjamin's got. And, of course, the good stuff in pop that Selena's got, too. Very disappointing. Like to compare this, I listened to the 2015 album of Selena.
Yes.
What's that called again? Something with an E, right?
Something with an E.
What is that? I just listened to it.
Hold on.
Help me out.
Hold on.
Refresh my memory, please.
Hold on.
I bet I could find it first.
No.
Ugh.
Revival.
Yes, not E. Revival. Sure. That one sounded. That was like classic. Like I remember that on the radio in 2015.
Yeah,
like
Good For You.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So that's like classic, 2010s pop.
Yeah.
And that's when life was good,
That was when life was good.
So to hear this new, I guess, flavor of Selena's music, I was like,
So let's dive in. Let's go track by track.
Okay.
And let's skip obviously the intro.
Yeah.
Because
I Said I Love You First was just like it sounded like a press conference or
can't
something?
stand it. Can't stand
Why?
it.
It's not a song.
No. Not. I guess I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the voicemail. Is that the end of Younger and Hotter Than Me, or at the beginning?
That's at the end.
Yeah. I can't stand when artists use voicemail and
you don't like it
in songs.
No, it's kind of cliche at this point.
Very cliche.
Everybody's done it.
It's
the
like
first person
it's
to
like
do
the
it's probably
record
like,
scratch.
yeah.
From like, you know, like if they,
yeah.
I don't know. Younger and Hotter Than Me.
Sad,
and I like the lyrical content.
Agreed.
Song wise, I feel like I've heard this song 10 times before.
Correct.
It was from 10 different artists.
Right. It was a little bore city, but lyrically, I was like, oh, Selena.
Yeah.
You're a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Be confident.
Like, yeah, come on. Can we be real? Like, Selena is not someone who needs to be like, people are hotter than me.
They're younger
like,
and hotter than me.
Gorgeous person.
Yeah.
Call Me When You Break Up featuring Gracie Abram.
Yeah.
So for the last couple of months, I used to think that Gracie Abrams was a fake name for someone, making fun of Stacey Abrams from Georgia for some odd reason, the politician.
What?
No, I swear. Because like I was like, Gracie Abrams, that's like way too close. And I was like, it's probably some weirdo that's like trying to make fun of her for some reason.
Oh, okay.
And then one of her, you know, her last album, I think her debut, went viral.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is
who they're talking about.
Yeah, this is just some artist.
Yeah, not the politician from the South.
Yeah.
No.
So, bad.
Oh, I thought this was one of the I thought this was one of the mid-ski ones.
Oh, okay.
Like this was just like the one that you know, it went I think more popular either on TikTok or on streaming. This one went above the other
I could have
ones.
told you that.
Yeah, it's the classic like cookie cutter pop.
Yeah.
That's why it was mid.
And I think that's why, like, dude, if I wanted cookie cutter pop from Selena, I would just go back and listen to the 2015 record.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. But I feel like Selena could go much harder. She has been through so much more for her to give us what I feel is this very surface level record.
So what about Ojos Tristes?
Tristes. They are some sad eyes right there.
Yeah, wow. He's bilingual, folks.
Yeah, I try.
This one was kind of nice. This one was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this one. Sad, again. But like
sad
eyes.
Right. And, you know, I think that, again, the motifs here are strong. Mm-hmm. And, again, she has a great voice. So what could you hate on?
Right. This one was very pretty.
Yeah.
I would like this one. I enjoyed. It was very pretty.
Don't Want to Cry?
Okay. This song was one of the higher ones for me.
I agree.
Still cookie cutter pop. However,
I agree.
The last 30 seconds of the song where it goes way more into dance pop and new disco. I'm like, why wasn't the whole song this? Because this actually goes hard.
Yep.
This part is great.
Totally.
I was like, okay, Benjamin, hello, Benny. The last 30 seconds?
Oh, right.
Where was this for the rest of it?
Totally forgot he was on this.
Right, yeah, Benny Blanc. Yeah.
Benny Blanco.
Mr. Blanc.
Sunset Boulevard.
Okay. Hold on. I have so much to say about this song. When I texted you, I have a lot to say.
This was the song you were listening to?
The song just ended because I was in my car and I was like,
that's so funny.
What the absolute hell was this? Like
right after the last 30 seconds of
I
Don't
was like,
Wanna Cry.
Cool. And then the next one comes up. Okay. Can we just for a moment, the thing that made me go like a what? Confused face to myself driving the car. Big hard heart. I was like, what?
Big.
I was like, whoa, hard. And I was like, whoa, hold on. And then she was like, hard. And I was like, really?
Yeah. So
okay, like songs with sexual innuendos and like double entendres, those are always fun. But that one was just stupid. Like that one was just so on the nose and dumb.
You want to know why this song was on the record? For TikTok, baby.
Yeah, true.
That little snippet. Have you not heard that on TikTok?
No.
I wouldn't know because I don't have it.
No.
But I'm sure at some point it has the potential.
It has the ingredients.
Yes.
Like the sound bites. That's what it's for.
And I think that's like, you know, a larger conversation that we're going to have in another episode down the line. But pop songs these days, man.
TikTok songs.
Yeah.
Because that's where they get huge, which for a lot of artists is awesome, and it does happen. Where like the ones that go viral are actually really good. But I don't know. Maybe this was what's in mind, or maybe Benny Blanco just wanted everybody to know that he has a big, big, hard heart.
Cowboy.
Yeah. Forgettable.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I listened to this album so many times in the last 3 days only, and I couldn't really. Yeah.
Mid.
Yeah, very. I'd say below mid.
Bluest Flame picks it back up, though.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is Charlie on this? Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
This is so far away from what we're used to from Selena, and I was like, this is kind of fun.
And this is exactly what I was trying to say. Is like I knew she could go deeper, and I knew that she could try something different.
She can go deeper with that big, big, hard heart.
Okay, next.
It was. I'm sorry. Please continue. It was right there.
How does it feel to be forgotten?
Another. It sounds exactly like the slower one from the beginning too. That was also sad.
Yeah. I don't have like the energy to like compliment it so much because I just don't.
It takes the energy out of you.
Yeah, I don't mess with it. And again, the same thing I would say for. Because I'm skipping Do You Want to Be Perfect, another 30s,
just an interlude. Yeah.
Same thing for You Said You Were Sorry. And now that I'm looking at it, dude, I can't find another song that I really particularly enjoyed until the end of the album.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
You know?
Don't take it personally. Another not really memorable track at all.
Yeah, the one with J Balvin.
Yeah.
Totally not my thing at all.
No.
I can't get enough. And Scared of Loving You, again, a shorter track there. I guess you could say it's like fine tying everything together. Like it's not like, what the hell was this ending? You know what I mean? It wasn't like insulting, but it wasn't anything to really write home about.
No.
I do want to say one thing. If anybody out there is like, should I listen to it? I'm actually going to say yeah.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
I'd say listen to it because throughout music, I can't think of a lot of times that two significant others team up to make an album together.
Sonny and Cher.
Okay. That's one.
Donnie Marie Osmond.
Two.
No,
name three
they're
more.
Brother and sister, but they had a weird relationship. I was just kidding.
Like the only one I know for sure are the two members of the Cocktail Twins that are married.
Oh, well, there was a love triangle in Fleetwood Mac. Does that count?
No.
All right.
No. So what I'm saying is, definitely take a listen to it. It does feel a little bit like a milestone record, but. Yeah. In a way, I wish it was a lot better.
Stained was a nice way to end it. It wasn't that like I liked that one.
Oh yeah, wait, why is this?
You skipped. No,
this just doesn't have Stained on it at all. Maybe Stained was a song that came out.
Oh, maybe this is the deluxe that I'm looking at.
Oh,
potentially. I don't
Either
know.
way,
but there was just another acoustic version of "Call Me When You Break Up," and then it ended with Stained. So maybe in the original version, it ended with "Scared of Loving You." Either way.
And the other thing I was going to say, other than, just the fact that I wish it was better.
Yeah.
I do want to say that, like, hats off to Benny Blanco as well. Because you listen to the record and it has a sheen to it. It has a shine. Mm-hmm. It has a sleekness. It doesn't feel like this was just put together out of nowhere or, like, crammed together at the last minute. It does feel very, very derivative.
Right.
It feels like I've heard each and every one of these songs before throughout my life. And like we were saying, a lot of these songs just feel post 2020 to me. Like it has that like new music, online TikTok music kind of like veil over it, and I can't break past that. I don't think
that's a great way to describe it, and I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
It seems very cookie cuttery, and looking for likes on the socials.
So out of 10, what would you give it?
I rated this out of my 5 stars. So honestly, this is a good duality that we have. You do your ratings out of 10. I do my ratings out of 5 stars.
Yeah, and I like both of the scales. I think that if I don't know. Let's do stars.
Okay.
You can.
Well, I mean, we could do both if you want.
5 stars.
Okay. Out of 5 stars, I gave this a 2.5 out of 5 stars.
And I gave it a 2.
Nice.
I think that's comfortable. I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah. But like, I mean, besides so our overall ratings 2.5, 2, not that good, not that low. But you know what? We can't end it like that.
Yeah, we can't end it like that.
We can't say everything about the album and just be all like, boo, low rating. Let's end it on a positive note of this conversation about the album. What was the best track and fave track of the album, in your opinion?
Best track, fave track, yeah.
So my best track on this record.
Let's give some sort of props, because we kind of tore it to shreds a little bit. So give the album some props where they deserve it.
Best track, I'm going with Blue as Flame. And I think it just, like we said, it goes a little bit different. And I am
in
happy
a good way.
I'm happy to hear that from her, just because it gives me a sign of life.
Right.
But my favorite track is Ojos Tristes.
Yes, that's a good one.
I think that's probably my favorite there. Very intimate, very nice, very handsome. And,
yeah, it's very pretty.
There's my positive.
Love it.
How about you?
For me, the best track I thought was specifically the last 30 seconds of Don't Wanna Cry. I thought the production, overall, I thought the vocals were very nice. The mixing was done pretty well. And I thought like the instrumentation was fun and good. Again, cookie cutter-ish. But the last 30 seconds, I was like, yeah, that's good. That's actually what I'm looking for. Thank you very much, Benjamin.
Thanks,
but,
Benny.
you know, overall, I thought that song was the best in terms of production and musicality.
Word.
And my favorite, as you mentioned before, was Blue as Flame. I had the best time listening to that. I enjoyed myself the most when listening to Blue as Flame. It was a different one. It was very dancey. I enjoyed it. I can definitely get grooving and moving to that one for sure.
So what did you all think about this record? Let us know in the comments of some of the posts that we've been posting to social media. Email us at theqmusicreviews@gmail.com.
Yeah, you can also comment directly on the podcast, wherever you get your podcast from, whether that be Apple Podcasts or Spotify. You can comment directly on there as well, I believe. Feel free to like, subscribe, share with everybody. Follow us on all of the platforms in terms of social media and the podcast apps. That would be great, so that we can get the ratings up a little bit, get everybody out there. That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
And of course, this would not be the Q Music Podcast without our own recommendations. Take it away.
You got it. All right. So what I've been listening to lately, maybe it's just the time of year, or it just kind of popped in my head, and I was like, you know what I haven't listened to a while and I enjoy very much is 2015 Turnover's Peripheral Vision. Great album. It is, I'd say, a little bit heavier in terms of like the rock and roll aspect of what Turnover has done in the more recent years.
Emo.
Very much emo compared to what they have done before. And I think that it's one of their best albums. I mean, granted, I really, really like their later stuff.
Good Nature.
Good Nature is
Good
fantastic.
Nature is a 5-star album.
Yes, it is. Altogether is a 5-star album in my opinion as well.
Totally good album.
And Peripheral Vision is beautiful.
What's your favorite song on that album? On Peripheral Vision, tell me, because I actually don't know that.
Probably Dizzy on the Come Down.
Word.
Yeah, that is. I mean, it's just
very
beautiful.
That was my first, and then I think I took a listen. It's funny you say that because I just listened to that recently too for the first time in a while. Maybe because you told me. I don't know. New Scream. I love that song.
I mean,
so good.
yeah, the whole album is beautiful, and it's a dream pop, indie rock, jangle pop, like emo, post punk, emo revival or whatever. But it's not like
Classic.
It's not like heavy metal or like emo like My Chemical Romance or
No,
that
you're
kinda
just
emo
getting in
stuff
your
like
bag
that.
a little bit. With
Yeah. So you got to be in a certain mood for it. It's not going to bring you down, but it's probably not going to bring you up either.
Well, I'm going to take the complete opposite road with you.
Okay, please
and I'm
do.
going to recommend our listeners an album that sounds like you are walking through a forest in the springtime. Another one from 2015.
Good year.
The singer of one of our favorite bands, Real Estate, Martin Courtney. I am recommending to our listeners his first solo record, Many Moons, from 2015. It's beautiful. It is like the Real Estate album that never existed but always existed, because I didn't know about it. Like I just had a conversation with my brother about it the other day, and I was like, this is news to me. I had no idea that this was a thing. And it's actually funny because I definitely remember him releasing another one. Like he has a second one out, I think. But I remember being like, oh, that's interesting. I got to take a listen to it. Not making the connection that this one must have existed if that was the second one. But I threw it on and I was like, this is literally just a bonus Real Estate album.
Great.
And if like, I love Real Estate. So like you can't, 2011 to 2018 Real Estate is prime music, prime jangle pop and dream pop stuff, but
Absolutely.
more on the uplifting and jingly and everything's going to be okay side.
Love that. I mean, I also didn't know that this existed. And if you're just saying it's a bonus Real Estate album, I'm definitely going to check it out.
Yeah.
So thank you. If nobody else listens to it, I appreciate it because that's a great recommendation. Good stuff.
Well, what are you guys listening to? Let us know. Like we said, leave some comments and tune in for our next episode of the Q Music Podcast.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
That's what's next time.